Hello boys and girls, welcome to the Library for Arts and Crafts. I'm Miss Susan and I'm so glad you've joined me today for making a Ramadan lantern sun catcher. Let me show you something real quick before we start our craft. I have a wonderful little spice wheel, very aromatic, that my son Jack brought me from his trip to Dubai with his friend Lubna. They also brought this beautiful coffee pot back and some delicious dates, which are very important during Ramadan. And of course this wonderful dress. Let me stand up and show it to you. I'm thrilled to have it so that I can actually dress up for our Ramadan craft. Thank you, Jack and Lubna, for carrying these wonderful gifts all the way back in your suitcase. I know that wasn't easy to do. Let me show you how to make the Ramadan lantern. You'll need 6 little popsicle sticks. You'll need a piece of contact paper. Probably, this is a little longer than you need, probably a foot long is all you'll need, and maybe 8 to 10 inches wide. You'll need a black marker and then some pretty colors of tissue paper to decorate it with. All right, let's get started. So I took my popsicle sticks and I decorated them with my black marker, just with various designs. So you'll need 6 of these, and you can go back and forth, or you can make little X's or triangles, or you can do little circles, whatever designs you'd like. And once you get all 6 of them decorated, you'll be ready to put them on your contact paper. So I've got a few that I did ahead of time, and I made sure that I used something underneath to catch the magic or the marker as I was drawing so that it didn't get on my table surface. But now I'm going to move that away because I'm going to need to stick the contact paper to the table. Now I'm going to use a couple of pieces of tape to hold it to my table. I'm going to just roll the tape like this, and I'm going to put it on the clear side of the contact paper, not the paper side. And that's the face that's going to be face down on the table with the paper side up, just like that. So now I can open up my contact paper and pull the paper off. Oops, it's a little tricky to get that off. Let's see. There we go. Takes a second to pull it off. You might need to get mom or dad to help you pull that off. And then you just remove the paper backing so that you'll have your sticky side up. And so you carefully pull it off, and sometimes it tears the paper and it makes it a little bit hard to get off. But there we go, especially for such a big piece. So once you remove the paper, you'll be ready to place your popsicle sticks down. A little bit sticky. All right, so now I'm going to put my popsicle sticks face down in a triangle, because what I'm going to do is make the top of my lantern. So I'm starting out placing the top part, just the 3 at the top that are make a triangle. And then I'll put the 3 at the bottom to make the base, the 2 sides of the lantern and the very bottom base. So next I'm going to do that, put my 3 base popsicle sticks, and now I've got them in place and they're sticking to the contact paper. All right, because it's like a giant piece of tape. So now that I've got those on there, it's time to decorate with the pretty colors of tissue paper. You can either cut them to fit exactly in your shape there, or you can use lots of different pieces and just piece them together. So you can use all one color, or you can use many colors. I like to use a lot of different colors. So I'm going to just decorate like it's a stained glass or something, and it'll look kind of like a stained glass window. And I like to put orange and pink And I kind of like them to overlap because they make other colors together. You know, if you have blue and yellow together, they should turn out looking green, a little bit greenish. Same thing if you were to put your pink and blue together, you'd get a little bit of a lavender or purple. So once you fill in the whole area, then it's time to bring up the bottom section of your contact paper. Let me put one more little piece in there just to cover the whole thing. So what I've done is I've put my tissue paper all throughout the two areas, and now I'm going to pull my contact paper up from the bottom and just smooth it out as it goes, and then I can bring this top part down too, and now I've got it completely encased in the contact paper, and I'll need my scissors to cut around it. So I'm just going to cut all the way around, and it should stick on, even though I'm cutting off some, because it's sticky on both sides now. And then once I get it cut out, I'll hang it with a piece of yarn. Now you can color both sides of your popsicle sticks if you want to. If you were going to hang it up where it can spin around, you might want to color both sides. But if you're going to put it in a window where the sun can come through, then having just one side colored is fine. I'm going to take a piece of yarn. You can use string or any colorful yarn is nice, and whatever length you might need for hanging in your window. And I'm going to turn it over. Oop, that contact paper is sticky. And I'm just going to put the piece of yarn at the very top, hanging down maybe an inch, and just put a little piece of clear tape to hold that on. And there it is. Now I've got two sun catchers for my window here at the library. Whoop. I want to show you some books that I have about Ramadan. And we'll have a big book display that you can come in and see and check out books. Let me clear my spot and show you some wonderful books. The Gift of Ramadan is by Rabia York Lombard, and it's all about a little girl named Sophia who's interested in learning the traditions of Ramadan with her family, and she's decided she wants to try fasting during the day. She finds out it's a little bit harder than she thought, but she learns some other ways she can celebrate Ramadan. And here's Ramadan Moon. This one is by Namaya B. Robert and Shirin et al. And this book is nice because it talks about how they watch during Ramadan. It's important to watch the moon, the phases of the moon, and all the other traditions that take place during Ramadan. And Max Celebrates Ramadan by Adra Warsham. This is nice because Omar invites his friend Max over for the very end of Ramadan, and Max gets to learn about the celebration at the end of Ramadan. My First Ramadan by Karen Katz is a great book. It talks about all the different traditions that this little boy learns with his family. And same with Under the Ramadan Moon by Sylvia Whitman. These are great books, and I've got a bunch more right behind me on top of the shelf. So come into the library and check out a book about Ramadan, and I hope you make a nice sun catcher lantern too to celebrate. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye-bye.